ignored the player towards Monster. He was like, okay, I either get killed when we lose the round, or get into a fight and get the kill when we still lose the round because there's not enough time, or just completely ignore him. I trust my teammates that they're gonna find the kill, and I just dig in and go for the defuse. Works out great. I mean, that was chaotic. That was a 5 versus 3 for Sinners as well. A great retake coming in from the Flame side. As you pointed out, Bunny did manage to get a free kill towards the Heavens, and even though it was just the one kill, he was his presence alone was enough to cause enough of a distraction for the Flames to be able to capitalize on. A quick technical timeout here. We hope that everything's going to be all right. Hopefully no desk slammers this time around. Zetko, we love you.
We do.
It's just for the jokes.
Can't imagine so. Not on a pistol round. But a load of kind of micro mistakes there that would have completely changed the outcome of the round had they have not been made, right? The two players pushing into water, not looking towards Heaven at all. That gave Bunny that early freebie that actually evened out the numbers and instigated that retake initially. Plus just, yeah, the shot's not connecting, right? If B-Stick's able to kill the diffuser, then we have a very, very different outcome. But everybody within their shots, everything's so messy. Rifles out for both sides. Copenhagen Flames not really taking any chances, knowing that with the bomb plant and a few kills in the last round, Sinners are probably going to go for a decent investment here. They go for the 4M4s, so this is going to be an interesting round too.
Yeah, rifle heavy. You expect the Galils to get brought in, but look at that fast-paced play. You might not be ready for this. Bird from Sky is indeed all alone towards the B-bomb side, and he's got the MP9. That's risky.
I can't believe the way that they're playing this. The B-bomb site, normally the one that's a little more vulnerable. The one that you stack up towards, but 2 rounds in a row they've played this single-man defense. Last round they did show us that their retakes are quite formidable, so maybe an opportunity to see it again. 4C, the man with 6 HP, playing a bit of a head angle towards short. I actually quite like this, the initiative to say, well, 1 bullet's going to kill me, so let's put myself in an advantageous position. TMB, what a read. 4C wins his fight on short, and Zero catches him out on the cross. Regali needs to trade, and as he swings out, he does so. Back into the 2v2. No kits again, though, as they come into this one with very little time left. Shot with another headshot, and he'll finish things off clean as they come. No whiffs this time around. And Copenhagen Flames, I mean, they're playing these retake situations, but without a kit, they're not leaving themselves enough time.
Yeah. That's always going to be a tough one. You've pretty much spent all your money into the M4s and you expected the A play to come through. You could see that this was the call from Bird from Sky. That's why they go for the M4s, expecting the Galils, expecting them to try and capitalize on the long-range fights with the rifles on the T side and not really having the utility to monster up a B play. But Sinners actually did catch him off guard. That was a good call. A little bit in the head of Bird from Sky here. Horseby coming in through, back through the Flames. A bit of a boost coming up for TMB, the only rifle in the equation as well. So if he goes down, feels like that's going to be just another one in the office for Sinners.
Shock, don't get timing yet. Molly could be good though. I'm not sure if it'll spread far enough. Oh, it does. It forces TMB right forward, but Inspire's there for the support. So trade in. Another kill elsewhere though, puts the numbers back into Sinner's favor. And to be honest, this is so brutal. It's almost a worst case scenario with that CT economy so difficult to manage. When you win the pistol round and lose that follow-up, you're forced into a buy in this one. But such a weak investment. I don't think we're going to see anything more from this from the Flames. An opportunity for them to even just back out of this and save. That's going to be the call that's made. For Mass, AK and Deagle will come into the next. But it'll be an eco around it. Should be an opportunity for a third for the Sinners squad.
Yeah, for those of you wondering as well where the hell are Rouse and Borup, they are indeed playing right now in the Red Bull Invitational in Copenhagen, I believe.
Oh, that
so
makes sense.
yeah, that's the reason that Inspire and Bunny are standing in. And for those of you unfamiliar, I believe it is a 2 versus 2, like a show match tournament happening, you know, in Copenhagen. So if you're if you by any chance live in Copenhagen, you might get a chance to watch some of it. But yeah, it's actually a good chance for both Bunny and Inspire, you know, both of them being youngsters, as we pointed out, from the academy team of Copenhagen Flames. They get their shot at a bigger competition for the first time in their careers, because obviously we have a Regali that went out of Fnatic Academy, but it's not like his only experience was playing in the Academy League. He's played a couple other tournaments with higher oppositions. He had his time on Fnatic, had his time on Game Agents as well. So yeah, it's a precious experience for those two. Looking forward to seeing how they'll do. Obviously, it's a hard start for their team.
Yeah, back down to, well, what'll just be an eco here, right? Saved around those couple of rifles from the last. 2k in the bank, so they'll have enough to go for a proper investment. But as I said in the pregame, it's an opportunity for them to shine, right? There's not too many eyes on them. In the Academy League, I suppose there is, but in their other matches under Flames Ascent, there's not too many eyeballs on them. Right now, they're right in the spotlight. Semi-finals of probably the highest level tournament that they've played in their careers so far.
Oh yeah, it is. For sure. Neither of them actually have played outside of Academy League environment ever. Well, they probably have played some ESCA and, you know, some open qualifiers, but nothing official on HOTV, nothing of this caliber, nothing of this level.
Well, even more weight on their shoulders comes with it then. Tom Keish over towards Monster. Waiting for some kind of aggression that, by the looks of things, isn't going to come. Flames, once again, just playing this really, really defensive setup over towards the B site, but the boost is perfect. Putting TMB in one of those advantageous positions. Saying, well, you're one of the only players with a rifle, so I'm going to boost you up. Make sure that you get the most out of it. Big headshot from Shock, but not a lot of time here. 30 seconds left to tick, and a double man stack on the bomb site. TMB here to support, needs to find the multi. 2 players low, lines them up, and a third. Stray bullet with the headshot. TMB mows them all down. A 4K to take a round that they had no business in winning. But it doesn't matter if all your teammates are on an eco when you're the one getting all the frags.
Yeah, that was huge. Getting boosted towards the B-bomb side, straight away rotating up A, realizing that you need to be as mobile as possible with the rifle. Get yourself in a good position. They're probably going to be overlooking a lot of these angles. As you pointed out, the time was running low. Utility wasn't even there. I mean, they had a couple smokes, a couple Molotovs, but not a single flash to blind TMB towards the back of the side, and Regali did cause enough of a bait there. That was a great play from the AK, and Copenhagen Flames, they bounce back straight away. As you pointed out, that wasn't even the full investment, so the money injection is going to be quite massive. Regali has enough to go for an AWP. Himself, Bunny, and Inspire, including Bird from Sky as well, have some money in the bank. TMP obviously dropping away a rifle, I believe, to Inspire. Is not going to be the richest man on Earth. Or maybe to Regali. Actually, I think he dropped the AWP, so yeah. Huge impact coming in from TMB. Not only getting the multi-kill, but being a good teammate as well.
Such a weird way to play that round for Sinners as well, right? Knowing that you're going to be against a very, very weak investment. Playing it as slow as they did and wasting loads of time taking map control that was inherently theirs anyway, because Copenhagen Flames were playing this super defensive approach. They didn't have util to bait out or anything like that. And then Sinners put this needless pressure on themselves, going for this execution with 20 seconds left. And yeah, not giving themselves an opportunity to kind of back away after taking those initial casualties or anything like that. 40 seconds left on the clock this time round, though. Another buy, but Shock and B-Stick only down to the Deagles. We've seen in the past just how capable they can be with these pistols in hand, but can they deliver right here? Tom Keish with a big opening. Forces AWP, goes huge. The trades are there. 3v3. Bunny doesn't realize the site's been lost. Communication maybe not as seamless as they'd have liked. And as Shock gets that bomb planted, Inspire and Bird from Sky have got a big old task. Made right on his location, down to 45 points of health, creeping up through this smoke. Tom Keish actually having a huge impact here. A 3k, he's got it all on his shoulders. And Inspire in the 1v3. I don't think he wants to fall away and save here. He wants to try and do a bit of damage, but his equity in this round is slowly slipping away, especially with no kit, no util. Might be time to call this off. Go and save that M4 into the next. Massive, massive response from Sinners, though.
Yeah, you could catch the little, lack of experience on Bunny there. Obviously, it was welcomed. He knows exactly where they are. He knows that they're on the bomb side, but he's so afraid of the possibility of a long player. And I believe that was because he did win the first long fight, but in an execution like that, you gotta just turn around and, bet on the fact that there's gonna be just one player lurking towards long. And yeah, he was a little bit undecisive. Didn't really make the decision on which fight he wanted to pick. Because if you're 100% sure there's going to be a second player towards long, you need to pick up that fight and just push towards it and make sure they can't really spot you from the A-bomb side. So he was pretty much caught in between two worlds there. Gonna cost him. Well, they still have the money to go for it once again. And there's going to be an AWP for Regali, even though it's just a glass cannon. Gotta be careful because you lose this round, you're risking of being hit by a train. And that's Quite unpleasant.
Yeah, so I've heard. Ooh, Glaven the smoke. Nice bit of initiative on that aggressive play. I like that. For the newer players going for something a little more aggressive. We saw it from Bunny as well, trying to get that early information and actually go for that early pick in middle. Didn't quite pay off for him, but still alive and kicking.
Just saying, Tom Key's the second top frac in the server, by the way.
Yeah. He's having a great start to the game. Last round got that 3k, and it wasn't just the fact that he got 3 kills. It was actually the super high impact kills as well. It was the entry frags onto the bomb site. Really, really impressive start from him. As someone that we kind of count out of this as, yeah, the coach, the one that we expect to be at the bottom end of this scoreboard. Sinners having to take a lot of time just to retake this monster control that they'd initially lost, worried that there could still be a CT aggressing forward. Inspire just on this jump spot, ready to take a bit of contact. As soon as he does, he'll call for it, but flashed off the angle. Sinners are going to press in. Zero up close. Inspire almost takes off in the silence serve, but resets it quick enough to find the frag. Trades are there. Bunny now needs to provide this support and bide a bit of time for the AWP to come in on the rotation. Forsey in the 2v1. Regali on glass cannon, but it doesn't matter when you're against another AWP. The aim punch doesn't really make any difference as they start to aggress together. Forsey smoke will buy him a little bit of space. Jumps up, doesn't expect both right in front of him. And Regali up close and personal uses the AWP like a shotgun and takes him down. Ties up this scoreline 3-3. And this has been such a chaotic start, back and forth. Neither team have been able to gain any momentum.
Yeah, and that's always going to be really devastating for the team that loses 2 consecutive rounds first, right? We haven't gotten up to that point just yet, but sooner or later, obviously, one of Sinners or Copenhagen Flames, unless we get an 8-7 half until the end of it, is going to run out of money. And that point actually has arrived here for Sinners. They need to go for the half buy. It's normally a bigger risk for the CT side, obviously, right? Because economy is so much more harder to muster on the defense. But yeah, they even go for the double AWP, considering you're up against pistols. It could be considered a little bit of a risk, but you know, if it ends well, it's all good.
Oh, Regali almost spots out the man, but to be honest, it's probably a blessing in disguise that he falls off of that angle when he does. Otherwise, maybe he would have been overwhelmed. Good shot from TMB. But just against the pistols, double up sets up a dangerous game. Get out of there, TMB. You're in trouble. Okay. Spins around, says, you want to take the fight? I'll give you a fight. What a shot. That's unreal.
You sure he's not the main opener?
Yeah, it makes you question it, doesn't it?
Yeah. A multifunctional guy he is. I mean, a lot of people actually forget that because TMB is, right now, he's just the kind of like a bit of a rifle coming into the Copenhagen Flames lineup, a bit of a supportive role, let's say. Yeah, he's picking up the secondary AWP here, obviously, but normally you'd see him a bit more supportive than he used to be back in the days. But people don't realize he was the IGL for Mad Lions, he was the entry fragger as well. So for the biggest part of his career, he's actually been, you know, quite involved with making decisions, and that was one of the biggest criticisms that this Copenhagen Flames roster actually received upon their assemblance, right? That they had 3 IGLs in. I mean, you have Bird from Sky, you have Rawls, and then you have TMB. And a lot of people thought that they wouldn't be able to make it work, but, you know, Rawls has been able to put on the firepower in. Bird from Sky obviously still being the IGL, but TMB's been able to do a good job now with the AWP, apparently.
TMB. Oh, okay. Overwhelmed by shock, an opportunity for a bomb plant. Surely not. Regardless here. There he is. Denies it. Okay. Huge stuff from TMB, though. A Swiss Army knife of a player. And yeah, to be honest, when it comes to IGLs, right, I feel like a lot of people just assume, right, you're an IGL, you don't have that fragging power. But a lot of the time, when we've seen this from plenty of players in the past, the second that they're able to kind of step away from having to call the shots, that's when their kills start to really rack up. And we've seen that from Taz in this Honoris roster as well. He's not actually IGLing on that roster anymore. It's Grashog calling the shots. Yeah. And since that point, you really have seen his individual performance climb up. And yeah, it's not down at all to the fact that IGLs can't frag. It's just when you've got so much focus on everything else in the round, it makes it a little bit harder to inspire. Aggressive towards short. Might be able to catch one. There it is. Brilliant opening.
Yeah, it was a good flash there. Tonkeys gets caught looking the wrong way. The opening kill, and look at the double push towards Monster. Mid-round aggression is the answer for Copenhagen Flames. This is something that you need to be aware of when you're playing against a Danish team. It's kind of like a signature-esque thing that most of the time they're going to be fighting for short, and most of the time they're going to be constantly pushing on the CT side, trying to push you back into your own spawn.
Look how much confidence Bunny and Inspire have come into this with as well. The first couple of rounds, we saw them a little bit flustered, but get to round number 8, and they've already warmed enough into the game to feel confident to push short, push monster, find those opening jewels, and that's exactly what they've done, right? One apiece from them. B-Stick aggressing up, spots Bunny, TMB there as well, but the flashbang perfect. And B-Stick drops Forsey and Shock with 40 seconds left. Might just back away from this, carry that AK and AWP into the next. This B bomb site is absolutely locked and loaded. There is no way in for them, even with full belt to utility. Get out of that. And there it is. Yeah, you can see Forsey calling it off. Shock's going to tuck himself in connector, and they'll carry these weapons into the next.
Yeah, 5 alive as well for the CT side. Money's going to be looking great. By the way, because we did mention Tomkeys there for a second, I actually had an interesting point I wanted to make about him. Because normally when people see a coach standing in there like, oh no, there's no way they win the game now. They're going to be so bad. And he's going to be lacking individually. Yes, okay. Obviously, he's not going to be playing up to the, I don't know, he's not going to be playing up to the level of Shock or Zetko or whatever. But Tom Keys is actually the best coach to have step in the game if you're a team on the tier 2 level. He is the coach so far in 2022 that's played the most official maps. This is his 66th map of the year.
Wow.
He's played nearly 70. And if they make it into the finals, he could get up to 70 if one of the series actually goes to 3 maps as well. So he's not a guy to actually be overlooked.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he actually stood in for Sinners earlier on in the year as well, back in sort of June, July, when they were looking for a 5th. And then prior to that, back in 2019, I mean, I casted a LAN event that he played at. He was a fantastic player just a few years ago. Now, obviously, he's going to be a little bit out of sort of training, if you know what I mean.
Rusty.
But yeah, a little bit rusty, but he's still an absolutely fantastic player. And he's definitely had a bit of time to warm up since playing a few series as Zcoat. Been out of the mix. Just this AWP and AK, though, a full eco on everyone else. 0 with a Tech 9. A chance to maybe do a bit of damage, but I really don't feel like the round will be in contention here. TMB, fast flick down.
Yeah. Great lockdown. Obviously, it's just the hero AWP for Forsey and just the pistols being the entourage. And yeah, there's the entourage. Opening up space for the Oper to go for a peek. Nice kill there. Getting some space to work with. And you can actually get away with a bomb plant if the Oper is able to pick up a couple more peaks. And now you've been able to recover rifles. Yes, there's no armor behind them, but, you know, there's still guns, and B-Stick is going to put his to good work.
Inspire up close. TMB with another elsewhere. B-Stick shadow spotted, though. And to be honest, in my head, I could see this happening. Forsey with a nice shot, but needs to go and recover that bomb. And TMB obviously dropping it from the back line, puts a whole lot of pressure in. And Forsey doesn't expect him on that angle. And the point I was going to make, right, is they're picking up those rifles. They don't have Kevlar, but they're against the double AWP in the 2 versus 2. So there was really an opportunity there. Oh, sorry, the 3 versus 2. There really was an opportunity there for those rifles to do damage on the basis that bullet punch doesn't make any difference when you've got an AWP.
Yeah. It was an interesting one. Quite dangerous for the Flames. They still managed to convert it, though. Money's going to be looking a little bit better, but still not as solid as you would expect after 6 rounds on the CT side. Back to another half buy, though, for Sinners. A couple upgraded pistols, a Mag 10 for Tomkeys, and an abundance of utility. So a cheeky B play may be coming in.
Oh, spraying away, Inspire.
It was
coming in. Oh, my goodness,
in.
That's filthy. Sticking around with the USP as well. Balls to the wall, I like it. Doesn't quite pay off, but a double kill's there.
Nope.
Bird from
Ring
Sky.
around the rosy.
Oh, this is filthy. B-Stick, go on, get another. Oh, not quite. A lot of damage dealt, but only the single frag found. And yeah, 7-3.
Yeah, by the way, shout out to someone in chat that actually let us know that Bunny is a cousin of Magisk. Something I didn't know. I'm not sure if that's true. I'm gonna trust the legitimacy of the information that we're being given in chat, especially for this one. But yeah, so apparently, you know, being good at CS is in the family.
Yeah, I like that. I like those storylines, right? The Nico Hunter, the Scream, and who am I thinking of?
You're thinking of Nivera. Yeah.
Nivera, that's the one.
Yeah, they're still playing together in Valo.
Yeah. Yeah. There's something. It's DNA. I'm telling you.
Okay, somebody said it's not true. Okay, so I got debated. Guys, I'm sorry.
Brutal. We can believe. Zero. Nice opening kill elsewhere. Still this double up setup in play for the CTs. They haven't been punished for it yet. Oh, but from Sky's been spotted. Crossing over to Long. B-Stick. Doesn't even need to wrap around here. He knows he's got a little window to creep around. Needs to be careful. Bird from Sky's backing up. Spots him jumping. Gonna be a freebie. And he's got so much space, so much info.
Yeah, but the bomb is still dropped towards middle. That's a really awkward round. Regali is gonna miss that shot. Switches to the 5-7. Doesn't get a chance to go for it again. But they don't realize where TMB is. So even though they have the entire A bomb site, they have the bomb on their disposal as well. Look at TMB. He's got the play in the back.
Wow.
There's the first one, spots the bomb as well. Doesn't realize there's a second player to pick it up. But now they're going to hear the steps from the B bomb site surely. So they know exactly what's going on. And B-Stick, he's going to get into a really aggressive angle. But look at Regali. He knows exactly what's going on. Inspire needs to start making his way back towards A any moment now. Regali is going to calm that. Bomb already down, and Regali just needs to stay alive. He knows that this is a possibility. If he waits for long enough, they might assume that there's no one coming in from CT. And look at that. Regali's outplayed him perfectly.
Oh, wow.
He's played that to perfection. Look at the patience.
Yeah, that's so sick from Regali. Tom Keys now with a tall order, a 1 versus 3. Nice spray on the first, but TMB's there to trade it. And one of the biggest things for me there from TMB is the fact that they start off the round with the double AWP setup. Then when it comes into the 3-on-3 and they actually lose the toilets control, he swaps out to the rifle to go for that aggressive play on long. So the lurk's there, the flank's perfect, and he's got the right weaponry for it. It's not like he's caught with his pants down in a one-and-done situation with an AWP. He's got that rifle. So if he does run into a second man there, top con, he's got the right weaponry to deal with it. Really, really smart stuff. And yeah, masterfully played there by Regali. Even though he only finds 1 kill in the situation, he reads it like a book.
No,
AWP,
the round is his. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 1 kill. I'm going to give him all 5 in the round. That's his round. He played it absolutely perfectly. Realized that they're in a 2 versus 3 as well, and they will probably go looking for a kill. And they're not going to be content with only having the bomb side. But speaking about being content, TMB is not going to be overly happy about getting taken down through the smoke by Tom Keys. Another coach entry coming in. 8 kills for him. Still top fragging for his side, by the way.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I mean, I told you, man. Tom Keys is a goat.
An absolute veteran of the Czech Republic scene.
Yeah. It's just a joke that Sinners are having with the entire world of CSGO. They actually have the best player in the world being their coach.
I hope he keeps it up throughout the series. Oh my goodness, okay. An explosive burst from Zero, but one that isn't accompanied by his teammates. He's sort of left high and dry there. Tom Key's out, but his teammate's still over towards Monster. Needs to find this kill. It's Forcy's need to do so. Bunny with a trade, but B-Stick bites right back. And Regali left in the 1-on-3. If there's anyone I'd want in this clutch situation, it would certainly be this man right here. An absolute monster on the sniper, but can't connect the first head as it pops up. Yeah. He's out of it. He needed that first little poke. As soon as he gives up that information, it needed to be a kill his way. The second it isn't, it's impossible for him to get back into that. So carry that AWP into the next. Even though they've got loads of money, it's still early days here in the first half and a valuable piece of equipment.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a good recovery for Sinners, right? Because it's always a risk picking an overpass against the Danish team. We spoke about that. Obviously, the current form of Copenhagen Flames has been quite sick as well. The stand-ins did throw a bit of a spanner into the works, maybe, or at least it's a factor for it. It's a possibility, but they've actually won their last 7 BO3s in a row. And by the way, an interesting factor, Copenhagen Flames, in those 7 games that they've won in a row, they've lost their map pick only once. So, wow. Yeah, if you're Sinners, you don't want to be going into that inferno on the back of losing your map pick of overpass, because, yeah, you'd got to hope that Inspire and Bunny will cause a lot of havoc if you want to convert that second map. Copenhagen Flames have been really good, and I don't think so, because obviously one thing that, you know, it's quite a good thing for the academy teams is that they're playing with the same structure and the same roles of the first team, so that if something like that happens with you know, today's situation and Rouse and Borup not being able to participate in the game, you're gonna have 2 players that play the same roles in the same structure, the same veto, and everything's the same, just not individually as, you know, skilled and experienced, but they know the game plan and they know everything that's happening on the maps.
Flash over the top, B-Stick to press forward, but Bunny catches him out. Super aggression. Oh, gets caught out by 4C, but that's okay. And actually, interestingly, prior to that Zedco injury after the Movistar Riders game, Sinners were on great form as well, struggling here on their map pick of Overpass. And it's not even like they could use the excuse of Tom Keys being the coach stand-in. He's the one putting up the big numbers. TMB's just going above and beyond. He's 18-5 right now. He's absolutely farming. And everybody else kind of pulling their weight as well. It's not like anyone's lacking far behind. Interesting boost to come into play. Zero, not going to spot anything. This B bomb site's actually been completely given up.
Yeah, but that's why they're going to be so proactive over towards A. And you see TMB going for that peek towards Connector. He's dropped Shock. And now Inspire's going to start rotating back towards B. I believe he's towards Heaven already. They're going to start closing out the distance sooner or later. Nades are actually going to give it up right now. Sinners being so close with and so slow with 25 seconds is going to give enough time to Copenhagen Flames not only to rotate people back, but for Bird from Sky to get into a wonderful position.
Ooh, whiffs it a little bit, but comes out on top when the fight's needed most. Zero trades it. 4C with a very important frag before committing to that plant. I love the way he plays that. Says, I can't get this bomb down in a man disadvantage. Nade almost does the damage, but Regali stray bullet finishes him off. Zero underneath Heaven. Regali needs to read this. Such a smart player. And does he anticipate? No. Zero's there for the headshots. Sinners pick up a very, very important round. But as you say, it really did feel like all the pieces fell into place there for the Flames. They just couldn't convert the kills when they were needed.
Yeah, it was just a great conversion coming in from Sinners. That's not a round that Copenhagen Flames want to be losing, right? They had everything going their way. They had Bird from Sky and TMB being aggressive towards the A-bomb side, finding the kill, finding the space. They had the perfect idea, had the hold. One player, I believe it was Inspire, had already rotated down towards the B-bomb side. But then it was, again, Sinners realizing they needed to pick up the fights before getting that bomb down. And Copenhagen Flames, conveniently enough, presented them with those exact fights that they wanted so much. Now it's an 8-5, and now we're looking at a really decent T-side for Sinners. Let's not forget, that's one of the most CT-sided maps in the pool. And you have to feel like with the two stand-ins, they're going to have a bit of a tougher time here on the T side. Let's see, Regali getting aggressive with the AWP, trying to take space. And, oh, space he takes. Look at that, Tom Keys.
Yeah, right on the angle. That's perfect. An opportunity as well to take a bit of short control. Good information game from Regali at the very least. And Bird from Sky will be able to go and grab that sniper. Of course, he was just down to a Desert Eagle. Inspire spots one cross. A little bit of damage dealt himself. But the flashbang, oh, he turns it. He thinks he's under fire. And Tom Keys finds another first man on his team to hit double digits. He's still absolutely fragging out. Shock with one elsewhere. Sinners looking like they're going to rack up a 6th here. And considering there'll be no money for the CT side, a 7th even on the cards. This could be a great half for the squad. As TMB...
It already is.
Well, yeah. But even better. Oh, B-Stick, that is clean. A flawless round. Not what I was expecting.
Nope. Not whatsoever. I mean, Tom Keys has been spectacular. And that's the... I guess that's the thing that a lot of people actually forget. The amount of maps that he played in the first part of the year. Obviously, he hasn't been the most active. But he's actually a coach that, from what I know, plays the game every now and then. It's not like... He's not a guy that, you know... has given everything that he's got. Like, he's not given away all his love to CSGO and now he's just coaching. He still likes playing the game. He still enjoys it. And you can see that in the server. I mean, once again, we've said that already, but he's played 65 maps of CS so far. And, you know, this year, obviously, which is, again, it's not a lot. But when you think about how many other coaches have played, it's actually an abundance of games.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And you know what they say, when you know where to put your crosshair and how to play the scenario, you just gotta press mouse 1, you're gonna get the kill. And to be fair, this is perfect scenario for Sinners. I'd say that if Copenhagen Flames had their 5-man roster, obviously, as they normally do with Rouse and Borup, that would have been a really tough game for Sinners, and especially for Tom Keys as well on an individual level, because those are 2 out of the 3 highest rated players. But now they get a really good chance to upset.
Come over, Inspire up close, won't be blinded by it, but under a whole load of pressure. TMB will try his luck with his MP9, but I don't think he'll have too much of it, trying to take a long-range fight. Okay, catches Tom Keys with his pants down. 4 versus 4, but of course, retake situation, rifles against Couple of pistols, an MP9 and M4, beast sticks here in all the rotations. He knows that they're going to be coming in from Monster, and he'll have a late flank as well, so he can relay this information. This should be a complete shutdown. Forsyth, beautiful shot. Now they know they're all coming in from the back lines. Good flashbang, but from Sky with one. But here's where the flank comes into play. Ooh. Dealt with Bunny, that's Chris. 2 versus 1, but it won't happen. Forsyth will take him out. 8-7. Sinners, they really do muster a bit of a comeback there and pull together a good half.
Yeah, absolutely. That was what? That was an 8-2, 8-3 game at some point, and now it's an 8-7. That's a great recovery coming in from the Sinners. Obviously, if you're a TMB, you gotta feel a little bit hard done by it because you're on 20-8. You've had a really good individual game, but your team overall hasn't been able to find that cohesion so far. And with 8 rounds only going onto the T side, that's gonna be a tough one. But you know what's not tough? Putting a nice display on your wall and making your room a whole lot cooler.
Yeah, it's super easy. You mount them with magnets, right? You don't even have to drill into the wall. They're awesome. Go check that banner down below. And
yeah, you're not going to be that neighbor that drills into the wall on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And no one likes that neighbor. I'm sorry if you're that neighbor. No one likes you.
Well, an early disadvantage taken from Sinners, a pistol round that I'm sure they're hopeful for. Interesting configuration as well. 2 players stacked towards short. They're going to hear all of these Ts running across into Monster. They'll give up the site. And now that these Glocks have the opportunity to get this bomb down and get up close and personal, I'm really not sure if Sinners can get back into this. Tomkij working his way up short. Flashbang will delay this retake further. There's no kits. A single smoke on B-Stick. And as they start to press the issue, Shock finds one. Oh, in a bit of trouble here. They're looking the wrong way. What is going on? Completely neglecting short, but such a whiff from Tomkij. They're still making it happen. TMB and Bird from Sky, 3v2. They'll tap the bomb. The pressure's now there. The Glocks just need to convert. This is so messy. This is ridiculous. A carbon copy of the first half. Come on, hit the head. There we go. 0 closes it out.
I just had a fight with all my demons there.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, that was as scrappy as it gets there. That was a really scrappy pistol round, but you know, sometimes they are scrappy. Still though, Sinners pick up another round on the board. Pistol streak continues. They've won so many rounds in a row now. I'm actually not sure. I think this was their 5th round in a row, which is great. I mean, now you're moving on to the defensive side of things. If you're able to shut down that force buy that's gonna come through from the Flames, you could be in for a pretty comfortable overpass here. Considering how things started, that would be a massive success for you. They're actually playing a similar round to what Copenhagen Flames did in their anti-fours, but this one's going to be right. The Flames, they're going to walk straight into the A-stack. Question is, are you going to be prepared for all those rifles on the T side?
P9 up close. Ooh. Okay, trade 1 for 1. Not too bad, but they need to make sure the rifles do the damage. 0 caught out. Another 1 for 1 engagement, and now maybe even favoring the T side here. B-Stick's taking a lot of space though. He'll hear the steps down beneath the ladder. A chance for another flank, and he could make that call so early on. Forsy's going to be rotating over. They're ready for them on this B-bomb site. Box positioning. So perfect here, and no util to clear him either. If they have a HE, if they have a molly, there's so much they can do, but they're just going to have to walk up and take the gunfight. Looking the wrong way. Shock takes 2 freebies. TMB, 48 points of health, walks straight into the blender. A 9th on the board for Sinners, and yeah, we talked about momentum at the start of this being a problem for them. It certainly isn't now. 6 in a row.
No, not a problem, absolutely. And, you know, getting skins shouldn't be a problem for you guys at home, so make sure you pay a visit to Hellcase. Use our code EDC. You're going to get a 10% refill bonus and 70 cents for free. By the way, a fun fact about, you know, Zedko not being here. Well, obviously, the reason is not fun. We wish him speedy recovery. Breaking your fingers is not fun because you can't really play the game at all. But do you know how he actually announced that? It was with a tweet longer, and how he described the situation was he did a kapow on his desk while playing.
Kapow on his desk. I love that.
Kapow. Yeah.
Similar to my monitor situation recently. Don't know if you saw that.
Oh, no, you didn't. No, I actually haven't. Did you really punch your monitor?
No, I didn't punch my monitor, but I did break it. Oh my god, these pistols are actually doing a bit of damage. Okay, all right.
You know what, guys? I want to run a poll in chat. Type 1 if you've ever broken your monitor with your hand. You know how people just punch their monitor. Type 1 if you've done that. Type 2 if you don't have anger issues.
See, it would have been way cooler if I just, like, kapowed my monitor, right? Just punched it. But I didn't. I got really angry. I threw my headset off. I was like, ugh, I threw my headset off down onto the desk, and it just clipped the bottom right corner of the monitor, and it went psh and smashed.
Okay.
Brutal.
Yeah, there's actually a fair amount of people in chat that have pushed their monitor. I'm concerned. You know, gaming isn't healthy for you. No, I'm joking. Obviously it is, but yeah. Controlling emotions is nice sometimes.
Yeah, I wish.
Unless you're playing FIFA, then it's absolutely impossible. And you gotta slam your desk after a kill like that. Forzy with a great peek towards connector opens things up. Flames haven't picked up around in ages. They need this one. And Inspire actually catches perfect timing. Catches Zero in repositioning. He's going to be able to get the refrag. Does he realize that Tom Keys is up close, though? No, he doesn't. The flash is absolutely perfect. Tom Keys gets the support from Shock. Free kill out of there. No one to refrag. And once again, man advantage for the CT side.
He's stick in the corner. Will he be cleared here as the AWP starts to work its way up? Bunny there on the AK as well. A bit of an off angle here. Not tucked right into the corner himself. Flashes maybe to be deployed. Bunny instead pre-aims it, and B-Stick quick enough for the frag. Regali's position confirmed. B-Stick, are you just going to swing him here? There we go. Timing perfect. And Bird from Sky left in the 1 versus 3. Bomb on his back, so a chance that he does something with it, but a util too. 45 seconds. He's got time. He's going to have a crack at this. Gloves, but no knife? Is this guy crazy?
Well, we're speaking about Bird from Sky, so I guess you can't really question anything that he does. That's kind of like an unwritten rule.
Okay.
Yeah, he's an enigma.
Ooh, nice shot. Takes a dink, though. Swaps out to the AWP. He's going to have trouble when he takes contact with Tom Cree's MP9. And there we go. Caught with util out. And he'll be taken down. AWP retrieved. Perfect stuff.
Yeah. Great conversions once again. The CT side looking quite solid there. Obviously, B-Stick picking up the double kill was good because we had a talk. I think it was in June or July, straight after Neo left. Tom Keys was still playing on the roster as well. I had a talk with Forzy for an interview, and what he actually let me know is that now, obviously, they've went through a lot of changes, and it's been a rough period. You know, picking up Zero as well from Gamer Legion. That's made a couple things change in the server. But B-Stick actually did pick up a couple of the star rifle roles as Forzy put it back then, and he's been able to put on some better numbers ever since. Obviously, we know he's the IGL, so putting himself in the middle of the action, let's put it that way, it's always going to be a little bit beneficial. Obviously, there's a couple maps that are a lot more centric in the way that the IGLs play, like Ancient. That's optimistic to try and go for the jump shot. I'm not going to lie, I like it.
A weak buy and play here for the Copenhagen Flames. I'm actually surprised they invest into this. They didn't get a bomb plant in that last. The rifles are here. The loss bonus starting to accumulate in their favor. 2 AKs, 3 Galils. Not a whole lot of util to go for this execution either. Leaning over towards this B bomb site. Really relying on Inspire to find an entry. He jiggles the angle. Hungry for something. Regali's absence really been noticed here as well, you know. The hardest hitter, the one in the head-to-head to look out for, really slowing down in this game. A Shock, overwhelmed, perfect flashbang. Tom Keys needs to deliver, and he can't. The entries are perfect on the bomb site. 4 versus 2, C4 will go down, and the retake. Kind of out of this, maybe not. B-Stick, oh my goodness.
Sit down.
It's in his name. He's a beast.
That's
TMB
his
has
domain.
to recover it.
That's his domain.
Goodness,
Look at
that's
B-Stick.
ridiculous.
Whoa, that's a shutdown and a half. I mean, when I started speaking about him picking up the star rolls or stuff like that, I didn't expect him to just pop off with a massive 4K in the next round. And that was a great round for the Flames, right? You highlighted the flashes. They were absolutely insane. But look at B-Stick. No one was holding for it. No one had an idea that this was a possibility. 4 massive kills from the IGL of Sinners. And now it's 12-8. You pointed out that was a risky investment. Why is it risky? Because now they have nothing left in the bank. It's just a couple upgraded pistols, a couple Mac 10s, a quicker round towards Connector, but this could be another round on the board for Sinners. Copenhagen Flames haven't picked up a round in 9.
Yeah, they really do feel a little bit out of this one. And Eco with a couple of pistols, couple of Mac 10s around it. And B-Stick still just chipping away at them. Oh my goodness, Forsey. Couple of beautiful shots. Regali takes one back and be able to find himself an M4. A chance to either save it or do a bit more damage. I think saving it might be a little audacious. He's still got a minute 20 on the clock. But yeah, B-Stick is unreal. The IGL, someone that can really, really put up the numbers. Shock with another headshot to close. 13-8 Sinners. I don't see them slowing down here.
Yeah, I guess you could say his only ick is being a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry for this. That was awful, but I just really wanted to say it. You know what's not awful, though? Those peripherals on your screen right now, they're actually quite cool. You know, I like the white for my peripherals as well, so make sure you go and pay a visit to Endorphy, even if you're not into white for whatever reason. They have different colors as well, and they have the highest quality of the highest quality out there. When it comes to mice, keyboards, and all of that stuff. You know, the nice goodies.
I've got the whole pink and white thing going on. Like a 12-year-old girl. Regali. Ooh. Big shot. Spire in the meantime, waiting for this aggression. This has really been the first time in a little while that Copenhagen Flames have actually had a man advantage and it's gone untraded. Could be a start of better things to come. Could be an opportunity for a 9th round finally. They slow things down. They tap the brakes here.
Yeah, that's the first time in a long time you've actually gotten a man advantage. You've lost the last 10 rounds in a row. That's crazy. That was an 8-3 game for the Flames. Now it's an 8-13. You want to embrace the fact that you have the man advantage. You want to make sure you convert. You're not going to get any closer. And if you continue dropping rounds, that might as well end with you losing, I don't know, 13 in a row. That's going to be needed. AWP spots 1 going back, but still, they've been fairly passive, you know. One thing is taking the round seriously. Another thing is actually playing with the timer too much because you might get burned towards the end. There's only 25 seconds. You need to get a move on.
Yeah, 20 seconds left, as you say. The pressure really piling, and they've done this to themselves here. Funneling into the site, they have to just commit to these duels. TMB with a first, Zero takes one back, but Shock could be the be-all, end-all here. Forsey hits the leg. Could have deployed that nade and stopped the plant, but opts against it. Doesn't want to stick around. Carries that AWP across into the next. I wonder what would have happened if he'd have thrown that HE. But we'll never know. 13-9, the scoreline will go, and Copenhagen Flames, they cut it fine. They play a very dangerous game, but one that pays off for them.
Yeah, a great round for the Flames. They absolutely needed that. The fake works out, and as you managed to mention there, the HE would have been an interesting prospect, but in the end of the day, it's another massive round coming in from Regali. I say another. That's one of the first massive rounds we've seen from him so far this map, but in terms of his impact in recent months, you know, the team has been together for 3 months now. He's been without a doubt the best player, so they absolutely need him. Forzi somehow gets away with a kill there, but still, they're going to be able to take away the AWP. Not that he doesn't have the money to go again, but would have been massive in terms of dropping over M4s. There's the replay as well. Regali opened things up, providing them with the entry on the T side, and then single-handedly walking onto the B-bomb side, taking more people down. It's nice to see him get fired up. This game is not out of the question yet, or this map for Copenhagen Flames rather, but force buy is going to come through. It's going to be a bit of a scrappy one, but still dangerous. AWP, M4, MP9, FAMAS, and a 5.7, 5 different guns for 5 different players on the CT side. Let's see if they're going to be able to make it work. That's a massive risk. That's a blunder.
Yeah, and Spire, I'm not sure why he's gone for what he has there. V-Stick. Up in connector, only a 5.7 behind him. I go for a boost, I like this. Won't spot out anything for now, but I like the initiative behind it. Shock still looking for someone aggressing here in Monster. A minute 10 left on this clock. They start to work their way forward. Shock. You can find this kill onto Bunny, it'll be huge. A single flashbang left, but it won't be deployed. Oh, it will. There it is. Shadow spotted, but Bunny quicker. Oh, it's absolutely perfect on the entries as he finds all 3. Tom Keys with 1 back.
That was the bomb.
It seems like... Oh, it is the bomb. Bunny, a 4K, he's on for the ace right now.
Yeah, B-Stick was already gone. Yeah, he was 100% sure that they were going for the save, but I believe there was that point of realization that you actually had the bump in water and Tomkeys getting that kill. And that was the moment when Beastic went, oh, crap. I would have been able to help and we could have won the round. But yeah, unfortunately for him, it doesn't work out. I want to highlight the flashes on Copenhagen Flames B takes, by the way, because obviously we had that massive round from Beastic, who managed to get a 4K towards the B bomb side and turn around one that shouldn't have been Sinners's. But when you actually roll back the lens a little bit and remember how the round started, it started with a massive double entry because of the flashes, right? So far, whenever they've went for the B plays, the utility has been actually perfect from the Danes, and this is something that's kind of signature is for a Danish team, and again a team that's been led by Bird from Sky. Obviously, Regali being one of the people that's responsible for those flashes, but TMB as well. Not only he's been on 24 and 14, we pointed out that ever since joining this lineup, he's been kind of relegated in a way, in a more supportive role, especially on the T side, even though he used to be the entry for Mad Lions, but his flash assists have been on point so far today. Same for Regali.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting in that round as well, because they cut it so fine and they don't have a lot of util left. They had a single flashbang to execute onto that bomb site. It's deployed and Bunny goes huge. He's a star. I said it was his chance to shine, and he really has been this map so far. Once again, of course, only against an eco, but stat padding. He'll be happy with it. Doesn't care how he finds the frags. It's his debut. Put up as many numbers as you can. Regali looking for 1 or 2 with that AWP as well as they peek into him. Far shot. Leg spotted. Teammates are able to recover things. Perfect stuff. A flawless round for Copenhagen Flames as they take 11 and they really do start to close this gap. We have got a map on our hands.
Yeah, psychologically it's a big round as well because you win it cleanly. You don't lose a single member, and a lot of those rounds have been fairly scrappy. And one thing that we can actually highlight, as much as, you know, we could be critical of Copenhagen Flames losing 10 in a row there, letting Sinners pick up the slack, all of the rounds that the Flames have won have been dominant. Sinners have been winning the close rounds, which is a good thing for the Flames.
Yeah.
When you think about it, it hasn't really been scrappy whenever they've been able to pick up the victory, so it feels like whenever they have the right idea, they just execute it to perfection. So that there could be something that could, you know, lead us to believe that a comeback might be on the cards, but you still got to take this one as well and reset the economy once again, and you've already lost Bird from Sky.
Well, the perfect cause is certainly the Bird from Sky buff. Regali evening things back out into the 4-on-4. Bird from Sky being dead means that he can sort of IGL from the top-down view as well. 4-seat, glass cannon, playing a dangerous game. And the money really, really building up nicely here for the Copenhagen Flames. You saying about the fact that, yeah, every time that they've won a round, they've actually done it quite convincingly. Certainly done a lot of favors for their economy. Meant that they've carried those rifles across, haven't had to reinvest. Same certainly can't be said for Sinners. This is a big swing round. Could completely economically reset them. And if Copenhagen Flames take this one, we'll likely see this scoreline actually tie up as Sinners will just be on pistols in the next. 40 seconds left to tick. The bomb's still left over towards Fountain. And still this 2-2 setup. Copenhagen Flames, they're cutting this way too late. Regali starting to rotate the bomb back around to B. But this is going to be a final second execution. Shot for the headshot as well. I don't see this happening for the Flames.
That might be a save as well. There's 15 seconds. That's going to be a massive risk to just run down with the bomb. If you're Regali, he's still going to do it. That's crazy. He's going to be able to get the kill. They've actually gotten the kills. This is absolutely insane. How are they going to make this one work? They barely have enough time. This should have been a Sinners round, and now it's Forzy and Tomkeys trying to save it. What a blunder.
That is ridiculous. And Forzy's on a glass cannon as well. He's called this off already. He said, no way I'm running into a B bomb site. A man down with an AWP and no armor. No util on either of the players. No kits either. Yeah, that is ridiculous. Sinners were handed that one on a silver platter, but I think you get a little bit complacent when there's 10, 15 seconds on the clock and there's still no info.
I mean, Regali just drops the bomb in front of the monster. That makes you feel like he is the player that could make this round doable for Copenhagen Flames, right? If he runs into the tube of monster and doesn't get the kill, they save, absolutely. And he hadn't even picked up the AK when he got that first one. It was a Deagle.
Yeah, it's the fact that he swaps to his
Look
pistol.
at that.
That's ridiculous.
He just gets the entry on the Eagle, switches to the AK, then they get the second kill from short. If he goes down, that's the end of the round. Even if they get the kill from short, there wouldn't have been enough time, I believe, for the third player to pick up the bomb and get onto the bomb site and plant it. What a crazy round, but the Flames are about to come back into this game. I have no idea how, I have no idea why, when, or where, but, well, where. It's apparently going to happen on Overpass because, you know, that's a wild one. Forzy, Tomkeys, only 2 guns, but they don't care.
Yeah, just flying in for the Flames. They don't care about how they get there. It's just about the destination. Tomkeys, though, trying to swing this his way. TMB with an important trade, but the dink's been hit. Tomkeys with a double and a whole load of damage. Forzy, AWP's got a bit of Kevlar behind it this time as well. And actually, the bomb yet to go down, so a bit of time and a bit of space here for B-Stick and Forzy to work with. Digits finally tapped in, but no information here for the Flames as to where these final members are coming from. Tucked down in water. B-Stick needs to read this. They're both right below him. They're going to boost into heaven. B-Stick fast to respond, and TMB the one boosting. He was low on health. B-Stick flies out, and what is in effect an eco round with 2 saved rifles somehow swings the way of Sinners. Copenhagen Flames, that is not a round you can afford to lose. And to be honest, for me, it's all on Tomkeys' shoulders there. Holds down that fort beautifully.
Yeah, that's 2 for 5 there. And if you don't know what that means, that's 2 kills with the impact of 5 from Tomkeys. That was absolutely horrendous. I mean, they give away one of the 2 hero rifles. They had 2 M4s into the round in an AWP, right? Or no, 1 M4 in an AWP. The M4 was in the coach. He finds a double with it. Picks it up. Finds the double kill. Coach peaked. Once again, Copenhagen Flames are not going to be able to level things up. 14-12, Sinners win a round that they should absolutely not be converting. Now they have a chance to actually close out this map here. On their map pick, Copenhagen Flames still not out of the equation yet, though money is going to be enough to go for another one and maybe one more after this. But B-Stick looking to pick up the slack. He's going to be really aggressive. Bunny seems to have an idea. That's a great peek. What a find.
Seems like tripping at the final hurdle hasn't knocked their confidence. The Flames still hungry to try and pull this together, swing it their way. Definitely a bit of a morale boost, though, for Sinners winning that last round. Jock and Tomkeys, still the defenders of this B bomb site, playing an interesting configuration. It's worked quite nicely for them in the past, but Regali right on the angle. If Tomkeys oversteps, he's certainly in trouble. 50 seconds on this clock. Copenhagen Flames.
One good flash and he's dead.
Yeah, literally. They just need to pull the trigger. 2 flashbangs to be deployed as well. It's going to be TMB to throw them. That's perfect. No aggression off of it just yet, but they've spotted him. Oh, no, Zero. He comes in for the support as well. That's brilliant.
Yeah, they wanted to play with the second flash, but Zero, that was enough time for him to actually support his teammates. Tomkeys still manages to find one in return, but now needs more. Needs the multi-kill, but he's not going to be able to deliver. Zero's arrived, though. It's not going to make a difference because Regali is posted on the angle with the AWP, and now it's just Forzy.
Drops down in time. 20 seconds on this clock. I thought it'd be picked out of the air by Regali, but timing works in his favor. Regali thinks he's coming from connector, but a huge whiff from Forzy. Still alive and kicking, but now they know where he is.
They're going for the kill.
They haven't got the bomb. They have to take this fight. And Forzy, oh my goodness, that is brutal. Absolutely brutal. And actually in that situation, might have been better off staying in heaven, but had no way of knowing that the bomb was dropped monster. Such a just completely bizarre round. Back and forth, but the Flames take it their way.
Wow. What a round once again. Somehow they win it. Somehow, even though they didn't manage to find the first kill towards Monster, they managed to bounce back again. And it is the half-buy, so... well, I guess at this point we can't really overlook the 2 hero rifles and the 3 pistols on the side of Sinners simply because of, you know, historical reasons and recent past accidents and all of that. But whoops, yeah, a lot of whoopsies. You know what? It hasn't been the prettiest of games. There's been a couple scrappy rounds every now and then, but it's been a hell exciting one.
Stick.
Oh no.
Shot. Rated though, Bunny, so consistent. He's actually been really coming to life here in this second half. Just pistols around Forcey's M4. Bunny starts to work his way around. Soon we'll take contact with one, I'm sure. No window for the boost this time, so just tucked into Guardian 0.
Yeah, that's a massive setup. M4's here as well. And it is holding long, so perfect case scenario for the CT side. Inspire walks in, doesn't check his left-hand side. Zero's going to take him down. And then the M4 is going to be able to mow down one. And then the pistol turns around, pick up the rifle, and help him out. Worst case scenario, they just get annihilated.
Well, Ted, the tactical mastermind. Let's see if he's right. 4C timing. Oh, it's brutal. Zero taken out. Shot
Annihilated
falls.
it is.
Annihilated, yeah. It's the latter. All right. And it really does feel like a massive shame there. 4C's just turned around at the wrong moment. 14-14, the scoreline ties up. That is fantastic.
Yeah, they were always going to make first contact from long simply because of the player. I think it was inspired towards Toilets being all alone, so they kind of needed the rifle to pick up the first kill, and then that would have made Inspire move a little bit more probably. But yeah, in the end of the day, Forzy just gets baited out by the steps, turns around, forgets about the long angle. That's completely on him. And now technical timeout coming in for Sinners. Hopefully not another desk slammer. We hope.
You know, I mean, I'm sure I can. I've watched your streams, right? I know that you're someone that can sort of hold your nerve maybe a little bit better than I. But
yeah. You know, with me, it's a bit more. I don't want to call myself toxic, but I'm more of a verbal guy. I'm not gonna start punching things. I'm just gonna get upset.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
No, I see. The thing is, I've got a bit of a problem, right? Because I am a desk slammer. When I'm annoyed, I miss a shot or something, I will slam the desk.
Yeah. So now, quite a lot.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I used to have one of these IKEA desks, and they're made of just cardboard, right? They look like they're wood.
Okay, so you broke through it.
Yeah, I've broken through those, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is they've got like a soft blow, so you punch them, and I've got like a big dip in some of my old IKEA desks where I've broken them, punched through them, whatever.
Yeah.
Problem is now, since moving house about a year ago, I got this big solid like walnut worktop kind of thing as a desk, and it's solid wood. And when I punch it, I instantly regret it. I'm super annoyed. I punch it as like instinct, and then I'm just in pain. I'm actually very surprised I've not done a Zedco and broken a finger. I suppose he's got a bit more force behind his punches.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I don't punch my desk, because it's solid wood as well. And also, guys in chat, if someone has any, advices on how to control your anger, or rather your anger, well, your angles as well, because one leads to the other. But yeah, you can hit M&J on Twitter.
I might have to take James' advice.
Let's not speak about that. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out whether he was actually kidding about it or not. But
yeah, so am I.
I think it might have been a joke, but in the same time, there is some logic behind it. But let's not speak about. Let's not go down.
He
that
doesn't
path,
seem like much of a jokey guy, bro. I don't know.
Okay, let's not go down that path. He's. We have a really good saying in Book area that when you see a pool of water and the water is calm, then it's really deep. I feel like that's the case with Jane, but let's not go down that path. 14-14. Copenhagen Flames on the T side, Sinners on the defense. With a bye, that's going to be their last, especially if they lose it. Forzy on an AWP once again is going to get aggressive towards the balloons. Doesn't see anybody just yet, but he's going to go looking until he finds that opening kill. And, well, he does find it in the end. Bunny is going to be on the receiving end of this one. Headshot straight out of the round. And a man advantage here for the defense.
Massive time to find an opening frag like that. Round 29 means everything here for Sinners. For Copenhagen Flames, there's not as much weight on it. Of course, it's one that they want to be taking, but they've still got plenty of cash to invest into the next and try and take us to overtime if they lose. For Sinners, they don't have that same luxury, so Forzy takes matters into his own hands. Second kill found. Copenhagen Flames being picked apart one by one. I'm not sure what they're doing here. They're just feeding Forzy. A third kill goes his way. And they're out of this round. This is over.
Yeah, they've just been peeking into it. Forzy's had a massive round just now. Triple kill. Arguably his best round so far of the game, right? I mean, that was a lot of impact. And he's had a phenomenal game so far in Overpass. Quite solid. 23 and 15. Just walking into him. One after the other. Rifle after the Oper. And it's Tom Keys to finish it off with another multi-kill from the coach. 21 for him, 21 B-Stick, 23 4Z, and 15 Sinners. Last chance for the Flames to try and force overtime on their opponent's map pick.
Absolutely crushing if they've come all this way just to lose it in the 30th round. Copenhagen Flames have put up such a fantastic show here on their opponent's pick. A map that only overtime would really do it justice. Hero aggressive towards short, might be able to catch out Inspire up close. The door's opened, now a little bit of pressure, doesn't want to overstay his welcome, knows that he could be punished here, and he certainly doesn't want to be the man to make the opening mistake that costs his team the all-important round. Three-man stack over towards the bomb side, a boost about to commence it. In fact, no, it's not. It's an 8 stack.
Yeah.
This could be kind of huge. Shock.
No, there's no one there.
Oh, he's just moved in the nick of time. Now the boost, though, might be able to do some damage. Surely they're watching for this. Good nade. Ooh, spot 0. Oh no, he's been dinked.
Yeah, actually doesn't work out well for the T side, but now they're going to start grouping up towards the B-bomb side once again. Shock playing the off angle. Last time around, he got double flash. Somehow still managed to get a kill. Not having that comfort this time around, though.
Huge opening. Shock. He's played that position just too many times. Now it's flashed and anticipated. Zero has to recover things. But these three can't fire off the trigger. Inspire, TMB, Bird from Sky. They all funnel in and they all find the all-important frags. Forsey, the man of the hour in the last, the one that found the 3K. To put them onto map point was completely out of the equation. Alone on the A-bomb site with no friends, no contact, no nothing. And now a 1 versus 5 that he has to play for. There's nothing to lose, but even spotting the barrel's not enough. Regali's quicker. 15-15, we're going to overtime, and this semi-finals certainly delivers.
Yeah, top-notch support work coming in from Regali once again. He got three support kills here, by the way, in this round, and even finishes off with the final one onto the AWP. But 3 enemies flashed, all of them going down. We highlighted his work, we highlighted TMB's work on the T side with the support. Obviously, TMB, he's on 29 and 17. He's had a phenomenal game, but Regali stepping it up, even though, you know, in terms of numbers, he's not having a bad game by any means. Maybe a bit more quiet towards the middle line, considering, you know, the high standards that he's put up for himself. But in terms of the flashes on the T side, he's done a phenomenal job so far. And let's not forget, this is the Flames playing with 2 stand-ins that actually have had a good game so far. Bunny is on 22, Inspire's on 18. Yes, okay. I guess you could make a point about them having their problems on the CT side, especially Inspire towards Monster had a couple tough rounds, but the entire team of Copenhagen Flames actually had a bit of a blunder on that defense. But now on the T side, they've actually played quite solid, and this is the map pick of Sinners. You're fighting for a map advantage, and we said in the beginning of the game, the Flames have lost only once their map pick in their last 7 series. That's a massive walkout. Yep, jump scare. Of course, he had no clue.
Beast in a good position here as well. He's made a lot of noise, but the flashbang accompanies his peak. Could have lined up a couple there. Instead, only the one and done. Bird from Sky will commit to this plant. And the Flames with the advantage here. But of course, it's overtime. No time for saving. It's retakes left, right, and center. Tomkey, 0. Shock, Forsey. Ready to force their way back into this bomb site. But smoked off and no information. Look at this setup here from the Flames. All fallen back to long. It's just TMB on the side to continue to apply the pressure, continue to deploy the nades. TMB mowing them all down. It's all on his shoulders right now, and he's carrying it into the next. 0 finds a headshot back, but there's surely no time on this. Inspire puts the final nail in the coffin, and Forsey, even though it's overtime, he's got an AWP. It's worth saving. You can't afford 3 in a row, and they are preparing for the worst as Copenhagen Flames take the first of overtime and put themselves onto 16.
What a monster TMB is, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, it's
32 kills.
Insane. That's what TMB stands for, by the way. The monster Bunsbeck. And Bunsbeck is his last name. I've probably pronounced that fairly horribly for the Danish standards. I'm really sorry for that, but, you know, I had to make the pun. What's not terrible though is Hellcase's offer. You can use our code EDC in there and get some nice skins for yourselves. Obviously, be quite responsible with the way that you open those cases. But yeah, have some fun.
Regali. I stood up on this angle, expecting some kind of aggression that isn't actually going to come. There was a little bit of a gap on the left-hand side of that smoke, so thought maybe someone would try and use and abuse it. Zero was to some degree, but now as it fades, they start to aggress. This is a dangerous game, but from Sky is posted on your angle.
Oh,
it all comes down to timing. Spots a leg. There it is. Freebie kill and a second. Oh, it's so difficult to entry out of those tunnels.
Yeah, spots a leg, bites it off.
Yeah, exactly. The two-man advantage. Flames might be able to make this a 17th. They're looking good here now they've got the guns out.
Yeah, that's massive. The T side has been without a doubt better for them so far, but oh, look at the setup for the Sinners actually. This could work out for them. They have 2 towards connector. Forzy's picked up a kill. Shock, he's aggressed towards short. Doesn't realize there's 2 players on his right-hand side, and surely they're gonna make noise as they go down the boost. He's gonna realize it. If they don't, that could be a free kill for Bird from Sky. Timing's everything. The Molotov is gonna fail.
No.
That's failed horribly. They still get the kill regardless, and they're gonna be able to turn around. Forzy and B-Stick, they pick up a double in unison. And now it's the 2 versus 2, but the bomb, they have control over it.
Oh,
25 seconds. They need to go. B-Sticks drops another. And now it's just Regali. A 1 versus 2 needs to run through the smoke. That's the first no-scope. 15 seconds. He can still pick up the bomb. Forzy, he's low on HP. Regali, does he realize it? Yes, he does. He knows exactly what's going on. Needs to still get his hands on the bomb. Time is running low. He doesn't have it. He's not going to get in there in time. I don't think so.
Oh,
no,
no,
he's missed it. This is awful. Forzy just needs to stay alive, and he's picked up the round. Even goes down after time. It doesn't matter, though. Sinners get 16.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Regali thinks it's up on top of the ledge. If he can grab it a second earlier, it's their round. Forzy actually leaves his teammate for dead there. I was so surprised. I mean, Regali's shot here is ridiculous onto B-Stick. But the fact that Forzy's not there to get the trade almost throws that round in the bin. 16-16, those Sinners take it by a hair's breadth. And now with Eleanor either side, rifles out again, B-Stick aggression into A, knowing that Copenhagen Flames have put so much pressure, so much emphasis on this B site. It means that he can take loads of early control. Brilliant early opening from Regali though, that's sick.
Oh, Shock needs to be careful. Deploys the smoke. They're gonna molly him off. Tomkey is really important. Deploys the utility as much as he can before going down, and he actually picks up a kill. Same for Shock. Lee's gonna keep them honest. Gives some chance to Forzy and B-Stick. The rifle already on the lure coming in from T-Spawn though, and Bird from Sky, he's gonna be responsible for this one. Needs to make sure he doesn't go down. That's gonna give him a good chance. A good shot in the retake, and oh, Bird from Sky. I don't think he's seen him. B-Stick's seen him. Bird from Sky didn't spot him. He's got no clue. That's a free kill for B-Stick, surely. The IGL is not ready for it.
B-Stick. Such a huge position, and now he's got himself in monster behind enemy lines. Bomb not planted for Bunny here either, but as Regali finds one more, it's all on B-Stick's shoulders. They know exactly where he is. He's now got the info. Found the first. Kit in hand. Pokes up for a second headshot. That's sick.
He doesn't have
but
it.
He doesn't have time. 17-16. Oh my goodness, these rounds have come right down to the wire.
If you could only see my face right now, I'm absolutely shocked at this game. What an effort from B-Stick. The IGL stepping up massively, but it's still the Flames to get 17 on the T side. What a great chance for them. A game that started well, a game that started with an 8-3 advantage for them on that defensive side of things. They ended up losing 10 in a row in fighting, barely being able to scrap their way into overtime. And now they've won 2 on the offense. Sinners, you need to make it work again, and they're going to try and go for the tower. Do they find a kill? No. There's no one peeking in from heaven. Regali is not going to phase.
Him entertaining it. As the train comes,
oh,
they'll fall off with
TMB
this.
just... Oh, yeah. That was awful timing as well. TMB just jumped off.
Huh. Actually not a fan of this boost as well, because it gives up so much early control, and that's exactly what we see. Oh my goodness, okay. Recovered by Sinners. I was about to go on a big old rant about how, because Sinners have gone for that boost, they've lost short control. Copenhagen Flames are getting aggressive monster. But whilst they take a lot of damage, they do find the kills. Still an opportunity for the Flames to swing this back their way with a 3-man stack over towards the B bomb site. They're throwing all their eggs into one basket. And if Sinners walk into the trap, they could still be in trouble.
Yeah, the problem is that they're low on HP, right? Tomkeys and Zero both have been tagged down, but they can just play it defensively. If the Flames want to reaggress, this could actually catch them off guard. Did they go for it again? Or they just hold on? That's a really tough round for the Flames to call, but so far they've been just holding their cool, and there is a good chance that Sinners just run it back towards B and walk straight into the stack here. That's gonna happen. They're gonna walk straight into them. The Flames actually have a chance here.
Yeah, in my mind, it all came down to whether Beaststick actually ventured down to the toilets and found out that there was no one there.
No way.
But as he does
No way.
Bunny, Regali, they get it all done. A 2v2, and it's Fossey and Shock left with hardly any health. 20 seconds left. I don't think they've got time to go up to A. They're going to go for it, though, but the rotations will be quick enough for the CTs. Regali will be able to hear this. He'll get in the nick of time. 10 seconds. Fossey should be able to plant default, but Regali will catch him on the cross. They failed the molly. Oh, no. That's everything.
No time.
Bomb going down. Regali, just stop it. No. Shock finds the frag, but the time's not there. The Flames will put themselves onto 18. It comes down to the final tick. But the Flames on that point.
Oh, this is so scrappy from the T side. That was a 5 versus 3. That was your way back into it. You had to level it up after this. But no. The scrappy rotation, losing so many people towards the B-bomb side, walking straight into the stack, and then as soon as you start running back, you even failed a Molotov, allowing Regali to walk onto the side. And even with him missing that shot, it doesn't matter. You didn't have the time to go for a move like that. What a round for Copenhagen Flames to steal away. And now they're just one away from getting the map in their basket. That's the map pick of Sinners.
Oh, wow. Such an incredible match of Counter-Strike so far. Both teams so deserving, and it feels brutal that we'll be waving goodbye to one of them at the end of this series. Individual brilliance from everybody here.
They're just running at them. Aggression. That's crazy. That's Birth from Sky in a nutshell.
So much early info as well. And Regali's really come to life. I pointed out that he'd had a bit of a slow start, but now bursting into these rounds, multi-kills left, right, and center. Bunny finds one and actually spots another on the jump as well. They've got all the information that it's going to be an A hit. And the rotation's in place. Fossey aggressing forward, looking to give the Flames a taste of their own medicine. A 3v5 this time, looking to swing it their way. Do or die time. They have to get this done or they're out of the map. TMB spams away. Leg spotted by Bunny, but doesn't connect the frag. Flashes are good. Will allow them onto the bomb site. But still so stacked up. 30 seconds left. TMB caught reloading. That's awkward.
Look at Regali. They don't know.
It's so good, but they're spamming it. They've seen the barrel. Bunny with one, though. That's an all-important kill. Regali, fast flick. And it's all onto Fossey. 1v3, 15 seconds left. Bomb on his back, but surely no chance as Regali peeks out and finishes off the job. And Copenhagen Flames make it 19.
Yeah, 27 and 17 in the end for Regali. What a comeback. As you pointed out, that was a really messy game between those two. And the Flames were able to kind of, well, coordinate themselves a little bit better in the chaos and find the right way into victory, ladies and gents. Obviously, this is not all done for their opponents. Still, there is enough time, but the Flames going into their map pick here. As we said, in the last 7 series, 7 consecutive BO3s that they've played, they've lost their map pick only once. So it's really tall order for the Czech Republic side to try and bounce back into this one, but we're going to be heading into a short little break, and we're going to be right back in just a couple of minutes to see if they're actually...
Shadows, they follow you like an accomplice. Lost all of your dreams, the night is heartless. My shadows, they follow you. My shadows, they follow you in the darkness. In the darkness. My shadows, they follow you like an accomplice. Lost all of your dreams, the night is hard there. My shadows, they follow you. My shadows, they follow you in the darkness.
Hey, get your head up. What the hell are you doing? Look what I found! What the... Well, let's see. What? What the hell is this shit? Whoa! Skin? Damn, pal, you got me good. This skin is really nice. I love it.
Hellcase. Get skinned smarter.
Displayed. Collect your passions.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We just saw an absolutely fantastic first map. One that went back and forth, crazy individual play.